Welcome to Park Arena. We will be starting the game in about 8 minutes or so. So settle in, get some snacks, maybe do some light stretching, some yoga. We'll be back in about 7.5 minutes. they would give me the referee. I feel bad. All right, we are on the air. As I said to Don, I wish they would give me the referees' names.
Well done on the introductions, man.
Well, thank you, Don. I'm Mary Egan, the Director of Alumni Relations. I am alongside Dr. Don McMaster, President of Alpena Community College. We welcome you to Park Arena for the last home game of the Alpena Community College Lumberjacks, Gentleman Jacks basketball season. We will be in the playoffs, though, Don, I'm told.
Lumberjacks starting in a 2-3 zone. Force a miss. Krista Rocher gets the rebound. Good start.
A lot of squeaking shoes.
Mike Colleen would like that.
Mike always tells me that is a good thing. Beautiful shot.
Nice deep three.
Wow.
By Mr. Stark.
Kelly Stark had a fantastic game on Friday, and it looks like he's taking that momentum into tonight's game.
Another rebound by Krista Rocher. After a missed three by St. Clair.
And score 3-0 in favor of the Gentleman Jacks.
Parker working inside the little jump hook.
I love the hook.
Good. It's a nice shot for him inside.
They tell me the hook is almost impossible to defend against when it's done well.
Yes. And very few people do it anymore, but he's got a nice one.
He sure does. Folks, we hope you're enjoying watching the game, and it's brought to you by our friends at Northland Area Federal Credit Union. Please go to their Facebook page and tell us where you're watching from and who you're rooting for. This goes for the folks from St. Clair as well as our friends who are cheering on the Lumberjacks. We would love to know where you're watching from and who you're supporting. So again, that's the Northland Area Federal Credit Union Facebook page. Score 5-0. Just getting underway here at Park Arena. And we decided for the last home game we would bring the president on.
Well,
not Joe Biden, but Don McMaster, which is almost as impressive, really. Yeah. It really is.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the offer. It was fun.
Very nice. We didn't have to deal with the Secret Service.
No.
So, you know.
None of the usual stresses and strains.
No, that's very good.
I've watched Mike and Mary do a great job all year long, bringing this to people who can't get to the arena.
Well, we
appreciated it.
Certainly enjoyed it.
And the team is really rounded into shape well. I think we've got a very competitive men's team.
I agree with you, and I would also say that, boy, we have a tough league. We have a very tough division and a very tough league. And,
absolutely. So we're up 5-0.
Much faster game than we saw with the Lady Lumberjacks just a few minutes ago, about a half an hour ago is when we unfortunately ended that game with the Lady Lumberjacks falling to the Lady Skippers of St. Clair. But now it's a gentleman's turn, and wow, just really I'm always shocked when we transition between games and it's like, oh my goodness, they're going so fast.
Yeah, they're
Cleveland Baker got tied up there, possession arrow in favor of the Lumberjacks. Cleveland is one of my favorite players. He is 5'9", one of our smaller players, small in stature but big in talent and heart, and he's about to inbound the ball.
Yeah, he's a great three-point shooter, real tough kid, good ball player.
Yeah, very impressive. I was telling you earlier that he's named after a boxer, and we'll probably talk about that later. It's a great story.
I think what, your point about it being a fast, physical game is true. And there's not a heck of a lot of difference in terms of the athleticism between what you'll see here and what you would see at the NCAA's. They're more skilled.
Yes.
But in terms of quickness and strength and leaping ability, this league is, the athleticism is just freakish.
It's really impressive. And you're talking about that earlier, that with each level of the game, as it progresses in age and talent, the game gets faster. And boy, is that true. Just for me, I'm not a huge, basketball fan. I love watching it, but I haven't been to many live games, and it is jarring how fast and how physical the game is.
Right.
So about 5 minutes into the game, not even, about 4 minutes into the game actually, low scoring so far, 5-2 is the score. We took a timeout, and
Coach usually likes to take time out about 4 or 5 minutes in. I've noticed almost every game he does that. That's not a bad idea. Kind of the adrenaline is still pumping, but it starts to wear off, and then the game kicks in.
Sure.
And you get a read for how it's going to be played, the pace of it, whether the other team's pressing, what they're doing, and what we need to do to counteract it.
That's interesting, and it makes a lot of sense. Kind of the way that the pace picks up all of a sudden, it reminds me kind of a horse race where they just, take off, and it's nice to have a little breather here and regroup and get your game plan back on track and just kind of focus a little bit. Certainly, boy, the game plan so far seems to be working. The Gentleman Jacks playing very, very well. Score 5-3 in favor of Alpena. Here comes Braden Malik, a freshman from Oscoda. Wow.
Great play by
Braden Malik.
Yes. Breakaway. Got St. Clair going in for a breakaway dunk, and he hustled back and knocked it loose without fouling. Very good play.
Incredible speed and athleticism on display there by Braden Malik.
And just desire. I mean, he could easily let it go.
Great heart. And with that, St. Clair ties it up.
Yep. I think St. Clair is going to be hard to score against. They're quick and they play man-to-man defense.
They are a bigger team than we played on Friday.
Cleveland Baker with a corner three.
You see Alpena spreading out.
What they haven't shown yet is whether they can hit a three ball.
They just tried.
Yeah, they've missed fourth. I think that's the fourth one, the fifth one they've tried. They've missed all of them.
You have to believe if they're trying, they're capable of making them. So eventually those shots will probably start falling. But for now, we're content that they're not. 8-7 the score in favor of Alpena. Parker New, really talented player from the Traverse City area.
Yep.
And Parker always has a lot of folks watching, and they let us know that they're watching by going to the Northland Area Federal Credit Union Facebook page. We love hearing from them. Allie, though, says she's watching from Alpena. Good luck, Krista Rocher, on sophomore night.
Yes, nice pass by Krista Rocher, a three by Cleveland Baker.
He heard us calling his name. He knows his family is watching.
11-7, ACC. About 6.5 minutes in.
So far, clean game, no fouls. Oh, and that three finally did go in.
Yeah.
I was scared there it was going to be a goaltending call, but it Thank goodness did not.
Yeah, he got a good roll, the St. Clair
He did.
player. That was a good look for Kelly Stark from the 3. It's a shot he can make. It was just a little long.
As I said, Kelly Stark just had a huge game on Friday and was draining threes left and right. He was so impressive.
St. Clair working us pretty hard inside. Not shooting well, but working hard on the glass.
Indeed. Cass had a little bit too much mustard on the hot dog, as they say.
Yeah, he's trying to feed the post, and the angle wasn't right.
Well, it wouldn't be a Lumberjack basketball game if Ryan Ramsdell's grandparents from Perrysburg, Ohio were not watching. They say thank you to Northland Area Federal Credit Union for broadcasting the games, and we echo that.
Great kid, Ryan Ramsdell.
It's
been wonderful to have him on campus. It's been just a joy to have around.
I believe he is our tallest player at 6'10".
So we've subbed in. A little more quickness.
Raquan Huntley in the game now. He is a player that had an injury for most of the season, but has come back in the last 3-4 games and has proven that the Lumberjacks have a lot to look forward to next season when he'll be a sophomore. Wow. That pass by Zach Sayas got deflected.
Yep. Good idea. Long bounce pass.
Very good idea.
Yeah.
It was deflected by that St. Clair player, so the ball is still belonging to the Lumberjacks, and Cleveland is going to inbound. Not a lot of places to go.
No. Nice screen there. Missed the jumper, but good shot. Did exactly what a screen should do. Open up get a couple of steps of open area.
Like the Lumberjacks women's team, the men's team is really well coached. Mark Jacobs, not only the best dressed coach, I would say, in the league, but one of the more talented coaches, not only coaching the men's basketball team, but also our academic All-American cross-country team as well. He is someone who you kind of want your kid to play for.
Agreed. Coach has done a great job. He's passionate about it. He cares about the kids. He's doing it for the right reason. And, he's got him built himself, I think, a very competitive squad.
Absolutely.
Last year they had some issues with ball handling, and it was hard for them to compete because the teams just were overwhelmed us. But that's not the case this year.
No, that is not the case this year. I would say that the Lumberjacks they have been very, very competitive. Mm-hmm. And it's, as I said earlier, we have an incredibly tough division in this league, and we've been right up there. No one is coming here for an easy win.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. So Mike Gundog is chiming in. He says, being a former ACC alumni, well, he's not a former ACC. He's always an alumni, Gundog. He said he had the privilege to play against not only great players and great coaches. Coach Dale Voss is absolute legend, and his longevity at St. Clair is remarkable. Storied career with the Skippers. Go Lumberjacks. Off to a good start. Keep it rolling, boys, says Gundog.
Oh, that's a good, all those things are right.
I really feel like we should have Gundog for color commentary. I do.
He'd do it.
I'm sure he would. Yeah, he'd have to come over from Traverse City, but that's okay. Maybe he could carpool the Parker News family. I don't know.
Raquan Huntley with a nice basketball play.
Raekwon Huntley, again, one of my favorite players. Such a nice young man. He did everything he could while on the bench to cheer on his team, and you see that same enthusiasm on the court now that he's able to play.
He's got a tremendously explosive aspect to his game that really helps the team. He can get by people and get into the lane and
yeah, he's like a laser beam. He's everywhere.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, and that's a real valuable skill in hoop.
Yeah, he's an impressive player. He's been a nice surprise because I had no idea what to expect. He had been on the bench all year. Game all knotted up at 14.
Yes, smart play underneath the hoop there. Somebody with their head in the game.
Adam Erlob in now. Adam's grandparents are watching from Florida.
Oh, okay.
Lauren and Bonnie Erlab proudly watching and cheering on the Jacks and their grandson Adam Erlob tonight from Florida. Thank you, Northland, for this opportunity. And I know that Adam's grandmother frequently watches from her iPad at Turning Brook here in Alpena, so that's nice as well. For his great-grandmother.
Yes. Well, Bonnie was a very good counselor here for many years.
Long time.
Helped many people.
Yeah.
Nice three-pointer. ACC's up one.
Very nice.
So.
Still for St. Clair having trouble with that three-point shot.
Yeah. Very good rebound by Chris DeRocher. Very good rebounder. Oh, nice inside move.
Parker knew.
Those two make a really good tandem, Parker and Chris.
They really do. Mallory is watching from Alpena, cheering on Kelly Scott.
Raekwon with a nice little jumper.
Raekwon scoring. So nice to see. And time out, I believe St. Clair called that time
Yes,
out?
they did.
Well, you can see why. We are on a bit of a hot streak.
Yeah, we're taking it to them. We're up 5.
21-16. Braden Malik's grandmother is here in the audience. She is cheering on the team, and she has told me in the past that Braden has quite a shoe collection. It's a more sedate choice tonight, I would say, that he selected for the final home game, but very nice.
Very classy.
Yes, understated elegance, I would say.
Yes.
Now, Raekwon told me that he and Braden Malik probably have the best shoe game on the team, but tonight I have to say Ryan Ramsdell, I believe, has the snazziest footwear.
He is very distinctive.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Back to
basketball?
Well, no. Well, yes. But Mike Gunderson's point about Coach Voss is on the money. He's been coach for St. Clair for 3 decades.
That's incredible.
You know, they used to bring good teams up here and have pretty good teams, but the last 3 to 5 years they've been national caliber teams.
Wow.
And this year's team is as well. So they're playing a heck of a game against a good team.
Yeah, they certainly are. Alpena not backing down, and the score is reflective of that. 21-18. Parker New going to the post, and nice rebound, but nope.
That's a lot of...
Ball got a little slippery there, apparently.
Mr. Bug is having a hard time getting it in the hoop. He's a good player, number 23.
Very good player.
Riley Bug. somebody we recruited.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Nice shot. Yeah, the Bugs family has kind of a homestead place around outside of Curran.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, we tried.
Yeah. Oh, he's a good player.
Obviously, yeah. And it takes a confident player to wear number 23. So.
Yes, it does. But so far, he hasn't hit any shots, and we've kept him under control.
Lumberjacks playing really nice defense. Oh. 24-18 the score in favor of the Lumberjacks. Wow. I'm not sure how Raekwon stayed on his feet.
Nice shot. So that was a beautiful athletic play right there by number 11 from St. Clair.
Absolutely. Karen Clayton is his name, and
he had a little window to get through. He got fouled and banked it in. Beautiful play.
Yeah. These are elite athletes, and it's almost like watching ballet at certain aspects with the spinning and short stops and leaps, and it's impressive.
It is. There's a beauty. There's definitely a beauty to it when it's done well.
Oh, for sure. 24-21 in favor of the Lumberjacks. Greg Mallet, unfortunately had the ball stripped.
Good.
Oh,
good.
Wow. That was a hard foul.
It's good effort by Kelly Stark to prevent a breakaway layup.
Indeed.
That was well, I think, I'm in my commentator role here. I mean, that was a little bit of an unforced error, but unless you're out there against that sort of
I can't even imagine.
athlete, it's just...
Mark Jacobs, the best dressed towel boy and the ball boy really duties that he's doing right now with a towel. You usually see small children with a towel mopping up the sweat on the floor, but no, our head coach is out there in a lovely suit.
Yes, indeed. He's a gamer.
He certainly is, yeah.
24-22, ACC playing very well.
They really are. It's a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
I feel like I say that every game, but it's just so enjoyable watching these gentlemen play.
Nice rebound by Bug.
Oh,
good defense.
that could have been a three-pointer. I was scared.
Good rebound. Grocer's got 5 or 6 rebounds. They're all just textbook.
He is just such an impressive player.
2 hands. Strong rebounds. Yeah. Very good player.
26-22 in favor of the Lumberjacks. Every time you go down the floor, it's a different game. Playing just for this basket. And finally, St. Clair drains a 3.
Yeah. So we're up 1 with 5 minutes left in the first half. Getting shots we can make. Not turning the ball over. That's real key.
Yeah, the Lumberjacks seem to be playing a smart game.
Yes.
Okay, what just happened?
It was a reaching foul.
Reaching foul? Okay.
So we're fouls aren't an issue. We've got
we have 6 fouls, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's good.
Now, how many fouls is it before the other team gets in bonus?
7.
7, all right.
and then if the team gets to 10 fouls, then they're shooting 2 shots on every foul, whether it's a shooting foul or not.
Well, let's not try that. That doesn't seem like a good idea.
Wow.
Oh. Someone kicked the ball.
That was a gutty play, taking that charge. That should have been called a charge.
Wow.
Save the basket.
Lumberjacks playing tough defense. I love Zach Sayas guarding someone who's at least a foot taller than he is, and he's guarding him well.
Yeah, he knows that he can't give him much room.
No.
That kid will shoot and make it. So they're doing a good job. They know what they're trying to prevent. There's a school of thought in hoop where you always try and take away what the other team wants to do, or what they do best and what they want to do best. That's usually the same thing. And I think we've scouted the team and we kind of know what they want to do, and we're to an extent taking that away from them. And that's smart ball.
It is, and sometimes knowing that you're executing it well are two different things, but
Yes.
we are definitely executing well this evening. And right now down by 3, score 29-26 in favor of St. Clair. Really fast passing there. Wow.
Nice play by Kelly Stark.
Kelly Stark.
It was probably a foul, but
I believe they called it a foul, unfortunately, but it was a nice block.
yeah, he was going to go up and dunk if he hadn't fouled him, so it was a good foul.
How tempting is it when you block a shot like that, Don, to do the Dikembe Mutombo finger wag?
Well, it depends on your nature, I guess. Some people like to taunt, and other folks feel like, well, if I taunt, then the next time it goes against me, I'm going to have to receive some taunt.
That's probably true. But I think all of us, if we had to, we all, lie awake at night and wonder, would I rather be able to block like Dikembe Mutombo or have his voice? And that's really something we all wrestle with.
He's got a great radio voice.
He really does. Or a Muppet voice. He would make a great Muppet character, I think. I believe it's Geico who he has commercials for right now. They're very clever. Well, Karen is watching. She said, nice job, Lumberjacks. Parker News, Aunt Karen and Uncle Ken cheering from Traverse City. Love watching Adam Erlob, too. Parker and Adam's grandparents, Karen and Clayton, are diehard fans from the Alpena area and travel frequently to watch all their grandkids' sporting events. Thank you, Northland, for sponsoring. We're so happy to be able to watch.
Braden Malik hit a very nice shot.
Oscoda's own Braden Malik, and you were saying Oscoda has a great basketball team. Both men's and women's basketball teams there at the high school are doing great. Unfortunately, the women's team, I believe, had some illness and couldn't go on in the playoffs, which is a heartbreaker.
It's too bad. That really is too bad for those kids.
Oh, God. Oh.
Yeah, Oscoda's had some heads.
This game is, you can't even get a sentence out because there's constant action. It is a nail-biter.
Braden Malik with a three-point play possibility. Nice job.
Score 34-34. And all knotted up, and Braden Malik's going to see if he can take the lead for us.
Get the score.
I'm not really sure what the score is right now. What is the score, Don? It was 34-34. Now it's 25-34.
Yeah, we were down one after he sank that, and now his free throw could tie it.
All right, so we're going to ignore the score on the. Oh wow!
Now,
on the scoreboard, I'm not sure what the score is. We'll find out at halftime. We have 32 seconds left. Oh, wow.
That's a nice looking shot. Okay, so they're down 3 with 20 seconds left at the end of the first half.
Right.
Very, very well played first half by both teams.
The scoreboard, thank goodness. What a great half of basketball.
That's a little flat.
Nice rebound. Wow.
Deserved a little better after that effort. That was a good effort.
37-34 at the half. Don, I feel like we all need a nap. That was incredible basketball.
It was.
It went really fast.
Yeah. It was a very high caliber hoop.
Unbelievable.
Just a pleasure to watch here at Park Arena.
It really a fun half of basketball to watch, and two very evenly matched teams, I would say. What do you think the game plan should be for the Lumberjacks going into the second half?
Well, I think they just need to do more of the same. It would be, it's hard to score inside against this team. That's been made pretty clear. It'd be nice to get them in a little bit of foul trouble, get to the line, because we shoot free throws pretty well.
We do.
We're not turning the ball over. Rebounding defensively really well. Chris DeRocher's had a number of rebounds. So I'd say we're only 3 points down, but we're right in the game.
I would say so too. You see our coaches are huddling together on the bench while the team went into the locker room. They're very animated. They're clearly talking things over. It's been a fun game of half of basketball, I guess I should say. Gail says she is watching. Gail New, go Parker, of course. Mom, Dad, and sister Maddie watching from Traverse City. But Danielle says good luck to Zach Sayas and the rest of the Lumberjack team watching from Reed City.
Wonderful.
Love Mom and Charlie. We love having the players' families watch. And again, obviously this is a unusual season with the circumstances. It's an unusual time we are living in. And so basketball here is no different, and we are just thrilled that Northland Area Federal Credit Union stepped up to be our streaming sponsor and allows us to bring these games to you. And folks are watching all over the country, I know, and we are enthusiastic about you going to the Northland Area Federal Credit Union Facebook page and letting us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. We will step away for about 10 minutes or so, allow you to do the same, maybe eat some dinner. Don and I are going to forage here in the stand, see what we can find. I believe I have emergency chocolate in my desk, so we may go back there and we'll see what we can do. But thank you, and do some yoga stretches, maybe meditate, and we'll all be back in about 10 minutes from now. welcome back. Welcome back to Park Arena. All right, getting underway with the second half. The score 37-34 in favor of our guests, the St. Clair Skippers. I really wish they had a mascot, Don. I mean, they have a mascot, but I wish they had a human mascot. Some
I know.
man with a corncob pipe and an ascot here.
Well, you look up at their flag.
Their banner here.
And their banner, and they do have just that. A guy with a pipe and a...
He does look like he has an ascot on.
Yeah.
You can't see below his chin, but it suggests an ascot.
Yep.
And frankly, I think the basketball team should have ascots on.
Yep.
It would be a nice touch.
Nice play by St. Clair. A little high-low action. They got it to a fella on the baseline who could jump and put it in.
It's a large team that they have, very tall overall.
Yep. They've beaten some real top caliber competition.
I wondered about that, yeah.
Parker's having a little bit of a hard time getting that jump hook to drop. It's a good shot for him.
It's such a neat, when it works, boy, there's nothing more fun to watch than a good sky hook.
So we need to weather the storm here. They're coming out with quite a bit of speed and aggression. Definitely
had some Gatorade at halftime.
Yeah. We don't want to get the gap, something that we can't manage.
I just wonder about snacks on the bus. It's a long trip for most of the teams.
Yeah. It is. And it can take a while to, a 4-hour trip on a bus.
Oh, yeah.
You don't just get off and play really active ball. But right now you can see they're cranking up the...
Good grief, this is...
physicality and the intensity.
Very intense. Wow.
So we're down 7. Down 9.
43-34 the score, and it looks like Coach Jacobs wants to talk about it. It really is intense. It's like they came out of the gate just running, and very, very tough defense. I still, you're going to be shocked by this, Don, and not a basketball player. I cannot imagine someone that aggressively being in my face and waving their arms around. I just think, look, you calm down. I mean, it's really intense. So I don't know how you react to that in any sort of way except to curl up into a ball.
Yeah. Well, it's going to force us to match that. They're really, really applying pressure on the ball, and this makes this is ball handling up the floor like combat.
Absolutely.
And if we don't, if we're not up to it, they're going to run us out.
I think that's an accurate assessment.
But I think we are up to it.
I think we are too. I think we just kind of need to settle down and get back to maybe not just reacting, but pursuing, so to speak, putting the pressure on ourselves, and we'll see what happens here. Obviously, St. Clair, the very, very talented team, as you were saying, this is a national level caliber team, expertly coached.
Yeah, they need a stop and they need a bucket.
Yeah. That would be very nice right now.
Yeah.
They're making me nervous, Don.
There was a nice steal there.
Wow.
Braden Malik made a nice play.
Very, very nice. Oh, unfortunately, though, could not get the bucket. Here comes St. Clair.
Oh, another steal by Braden Malik. He jarred it loose.
Oh, no, but nice rebound.
Here's DeRocher on offensive glass, doing a good job. We'll get free throws out of that.
Really nice.
Couple nice plays by Braden Malik.
I'll say, my goodness. It's that Oscoda owl mentality.
Oh, yeah,
they see everything.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
It's true. They can swivel their heads around
Right.
like the Exorcist lady or something.
That's
it's amazing. Oh, unfortunately, couldn't capitalize on that one. But we get to do it again.
Yeah, he's got a second shot. First one was a little long.
Chris DeRocher, certainly someone who knows how to shoot. He is Alpena High School's all-time leading scorer.
Yes.
That's saying something.
It is. Yeah, he's a really, really good player.
Oh. In and out and in again, unfortunately, for the Lumberjacks. St. Clair building their lead, score 46-35.
There's a nice entry pass. Cleveland Baker pulling a rebound down among the big guys. So you say Cleveland's named after somebody who fought Sonny Liston?
Yes, so Sonny Liston, the great boxer, his arch nemesis was a gentleman named Cleveland, I believe, Washington. Cleveland Baker's father is a boxer named Sonny, named after Sonny Liston, and he decided he would name his son after Sonny Liston's arch nemesis,
Wow.
Cleveland, Washington. So there you have it.
That's a great story.
It really is. And Cleveland certainly is a fighter when you watch him out on the court.
Yes, he is. He just made a very nice jump shot, which we needed badly.
49-37 the score. Folks, please go to the Northland Area Federal Credit Union page. You could win a $40 gift certificate.
With a big three from the corner off a
Very nice.
Nice speed by Chris DeRocher. Drove to the hoop and hit Cleveland on the opposite side of the floor. Good rebound.
Nice rebound. 49-40 the score. Lumberjacks trying to whittle down that lead that St. Clair holds.
Braden Malik taking it to the hoop with some strength.
Now, did that basket count? It did not count.
No, he was fouled about 2 strides from the hoop, and he continued on, but they don't give that to him. Nice inbound.
Turned around. That was quick.
Clever. So we're within 7.
Yeah.
Maybe
We'll see the bench for the Lumberjacks really getting into the game. I love that.
Yeah, I do too.
And it helps. That does not help, though. Beautiful three-point shot by number 11. That is Karan Clayton.
Nice shot by DeRocher. We needed that. Top of the circle.
Badly.
Three-pointer. So we've kind of absorbed that first blow.
That onslaught that started the second half.
Onslaught, that's a good way to put it. Now,
Down by 7.
They've hit some threes, and they missed there. Nice rebound by DeRocher.
It was a rebound by about 3 Lumberjacks. They were all up there. Unfortunately, couldn't capitalize there at the other end of the court, and St. Clair is looking to expand their lead, but not without a fight from the Lumberjacks.
No, good hustle.
Oh! Well, that takes the wind out of your sails. Yeah,
Cleveland was closing on a three-point shooter, and he hit the shot, and he got fouled.
So is this potential 4-point shot?
Yes.
Ouch.
Yeah, it is.
That's painful, Don.
Yeah. Well, that can happen. I mean, he He definitely needed to close out, and he did. The angle wasn't quite there.
And again, Cleveland Baker, 5'9". He is a smaller player, and he is defending against people, half a foot to a foot taller in some respects. So he's definitely getting the job done. Congratulations to Allie DeRocher, the winner of tonight's Hungry Hippie gift card giveaway from Northland Area Federal Credit Union.
Good hustle.
Congratulations, Allie. Northland Area Federal Credit Union will be in touch with all the details, and we encourage all of you watching to go to the Northland Area Federal Credit Union Facebook page. Let us know where you're watching from and who you are rooting on. Score 56-45. Here come the Skippers. Wow. So happy that did not go in.
Yeah, me too.
Comes Kelly Stark. I'm sorry, that was Braden Malik.
They're competing.
They really are. And boy, I wish folks who are watching could get a better idea of how physical this game is and how fast-paced it is. This is my 6th home game here at Park Arena, and every time the men's team takes the court and starts playing, I'm just like, pushed back on my heels by the intensity of it all. These are really impressive athletes, and we, as I keep saying, and this is not an excuse, we really do have a very tough league and tough division that we play in, and every game has been a battle, and the Lumberjacks have performed really, really well. Timeout right now, and so what is Coach Jacobs, do you think that he's focusing on? The offense, the defense, everything? I mean, what's the game plan here?
I think he's probably just trying to bring a few reminders to the team to get out on the three-point shooters, which three-point shooters they need to worry about. They don't need to worry about every single one. But there's a couple that have shown that if they're left open, they'll hit it. So those are the guys we need to keep track of. And offensively, not be in such a rush. Don't leave your feet when you're, the temptation is to try and get around somebody and leave your feet because they're being so physical. And
that's interesting. Now, that's something I wouldn't have thought of. That's something good for me to watch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
That was a heck of a block there.
Oh boy. Braden Malik hurt. Kind of gimpy. Trying to get down the court.
Yeah, he took a shot.
Yeah, he is limping right now. Cleveland Baker coming in.
So Braden had a nice, smart play. He was underneath the hoop, tried to put it up left-handed under the hoop, and he got his shot blocked, but I think he might have got an elbow or a knee. He got hammered pretty good.
He did.
They didn't call it.
No, he was slow to get up and get back down the court. Raekwon Huntley, very nice.
Yeah, that's one thing that people I don't think see or can't even really see on the the live stream how physical how few fouls get called.
It really.
It's not like a high school game.
No.
You can kind of get yourself into a spot where you know you're going to get a foul call.
Yes.
It's not.
And I think that's such an important point to make, Don, because watching it, and I think when you watch a lot of high school basketball, you almost instinctively anticipate that whistle sometimes, and it doesn't come.
No, it doesn't.
When you're at this level, and it's very physical.
Yeah. About the only thing that gets called is fouls on the hands when people are shooting.
Right.
Outside of that, it's, and
nice rebound there by the Skippers.
Yeah.
Up 60-47.
11:40 to go. We got a run in us. They're forcing us to play a little bit faster than we like to play. This is.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. You see that the Lumberjacks just look a little off right now.
Yeah, well, that's what pressure does. And that's why Coach Voss put pressure on us. Yes, teams don't like to play faster than they want to play.
Instinctually, I would say they need to kind of slow down if they can, but that pressure, defensive pressure that's being put on them, I think, if I were in the situation, I would feel frantic. I mean, I really would.
Yeah.
You can feel the tension.
Yeah. Well, that's the intent of it, and we're handling it pretty well.
Yeah.
I'd say we're not turning the ball over, but our shots are just not comfortable, and
That's a good way to put it. Not comfortable. You see that in the shooting.
We're not getting easy shots. Of course, they're not either.
They're not. No.
We're playing well.
Here comes Raekwon Huntley, and unfortunately, that layup did not go in, and Parker New was unable to come down with that rebound. He tried.
Yeah.
Oh. I see why we were trying to recruit the bug kid, Don.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful shot.
He really does.
Very pure. And we lost him there for a minute, and that corner jumper everyone wants to shoot because it's the shortest three-pointer.
Aha.
And so everyone runs to that spot, and he just did, and he made it. So now he's running to the other side.
Is it hard for perspective when the backboard, though, you don't see the backboard when you're in the corner like that? Does that mess with your perspective, your depth perception at all, or not really?
It didn't me.
Okay. Do you still have eligibility, Don? Can we put you in?
No,
You maxed out.
I maxed out.
All right. Poor choice on your part, Don. I mean, that would have been nice if you would say, a little selfish, if, maybe save a little bit.
I do recall one time coming up my senior year, the coach at that time, Bill Morse, had a really fine team. And I had a teammate who was good, and I was good. And he had us up to play their team and kind of try out. I think he was really after my teammate more than me. But anyway.
You slipped in there, though. That's good.
Oh, it was fun. And we were playing down at East Campus, and but I was headed downstate to school, and I got into school down there, so that's where I went. And but I've loved hoop forever, and the part that I miss the most, a lot of people say this, is the competition.
I imagine so. Yeah, and if you're a competitive person and you're able to perform athletically, I can imagine that is something that never really goes away.
Yeah, well, it's hard to replace.
It is.
When you stop playing, and everyone does, they get hurt or they get old or both. There's not a lot to replace it, so
no.
Or that's socially acceptable.
That's true. I was going to say, Don, there are, but it'll get you 20 to life, so you can't do that.
So that part, and then the part about playing with a team, is very enjoyable if you enjoy the team you're on, and.
Those are teammates, as I've learned in my role here as Director of Alumni Relations. Those athletes are bonded, and they are bonded for life. And it's really interesting. Doing stories about athletes and hearing from their teammates has been really neat.
Yes, and I like the stories that you've unearthed, and they touch on that. So. There's no real way that people remember every single play.
No.
Nice, beautiful tape to the hoop there.
Very nice.
But they do remember that feverish competition where you're kind of in it with somebody that you like and you trust, and you're trying to figure out how to how to succeed. It's fun.
Well, and it captures a time in your life, I think, that most people remember fondly.
Yes.
So going back to that relationship harkens back to that time in your life. So certainly these athletes here on the floor making memories right now. We wish that the Lumberjacks were perhaps making slightly happier memories at the moment. They are down 20, but the game is far from over. 7.5 minutes left. More than that, 7 3/4 minutes. And in basketball, every second counts.
Well, St. Clair's just a really fine team. I mean,
They really are.
That's the piece that can't get lost in all this.
But boy, what an improvement! As you've been talking about the team that Mark Jacobs has built, and what an improvement they have shown year after year, and especially this year. And again, everybody has had to play in the times that obviously in which we're living, and it's been difficult for everybody. But to make such an improvement in a year such as this, I think is remarkable.
Yeah, it's a testament to Mark and the kids, the guys. You watch them play, and you can see when a team isn't having fun,
right,
when they don't like each other, when they don't like their coach.
That's a good point.
And that happens a lot.
Yeah.
And so our team doesn't have that. You can see from their body language, they're into the game. They're not pointing fingers.
No, and we have the luxury of seeing them before and after the game, and when they're just together off the court, and this is a very close group of young men. Yeah. That's nice to see, and they love their coach, and you see that.
And there's schools of thought about the type of talent that schools should recruit.
Nice block by Krista Rosher.
Yep, good play. I think Mark has picked up a lot of Northern Michigan kids. There are some really good Northern Michigan kids that want to play ball, that are capable of it. And they blend well together. And they represent the school well. This is the piece that I appreciate. There's not all kinds of there's not misbehavior of all kinds of things that can be really problematic.
No, that's true. As I said before, if you're a parent who has a child who's looking at playing at this level, Mark Jacobs is exactly the type of coach that you hope that child plays for. So
indeed.
And there's a lot. You talk about recruitment, and we definitely want to recruit, and we welcome people from all over the country. Raquan Huntley from Florida, but also this is a community college, and this is our community, and there's something to be said for that. And taking a lot of Northern Michigan kids, I think is awesome. I really do. We live in a great community with great people, and it's nice to see them out on the basketball court competing and doing a great job. And one of our far-flung teammates, so to speak, Raquan Huntley, coming from Florida. Beautiful three-point shot there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if Raquan was referred by Jeremy Williams, but
that's what we were. Mike and I wondered, and that's something I'm gonna reach out to Jeremy and ask.
Yeah, Jeremy was a wonderful kid.
Great player.
He was a good player. He was big, and
6'10". He is easily the largest human being I've ever seen. He is not just tall; he's a big guy. He is a mountain of a man, and the nicest human being I think you could meet.
And he has he teaches down in Florida, and.
Great job, Zach Sayas.
When he sees a good player, he calls. He used to call Frank. He calls Bobby or Mark.
That's great.
And we've gotten some. Michael Stewart was from. Was a Jeremy Williams And Michael Stewart was a fine player here.
Well, Raquan Huntley certainly has the makings of a great player in Lumberjack athletics history. He is from Port St. Lucie, and he said his favorite thing about northern Michigan is the snow. So he is in the right place.
Well, that's a good spirit right there.
That is, yeah. That is a very good spirit.
Well, we're down 21, Mary, with 4:26 to go.
It's not where we want to be done. We would wish that we were up by 21 at this point, but it's been competitive. It really has been a very competitive game, and unfortunately, as the second half has evolved, the game has gotten a little bit away from us, but we're not giving up.
No. Well, I think if you were to analyze, the season that St. Clair has had or is having, they are probably the top team in the state.
Really?
One of the top two. They beat Mott. And Mott traditionally has been a phenomenal team.
Mott really played us very, very hard.
Yeah.
That was one of the more sobering games.
That's a problem. Yeah. And so they could easily go to the national and probably will go to the national tournament and may win it. St. Clair, I mean.
Yeah.
So the competition, the level of competition here is really high.
Michigan is a great basketball state. A lot has talked about our hockey in Michigan, and football, but for talent, basketball is just. It's astonishing the level of talent we have in the state. On every level.
Yeah. So this is a little something new for us. We're going to a little pressure, a little full court pressure.
All right, okay. Try something here.
Something we usually see, but don't necessarily do that much. I'd say it's a smart move.
And again, this is the last home game for our three sophomores, and especially the folks out there who are cheering on our sophomores, which are Cleveland Baker and Krista Rocher and Ryan Ramsdell. We would love it if you would let us know that you're watching, and go to our Northland Area Federal Credit Union post on their page and let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Oh, that is a heartbreaker. Those three-point shots are like daggers to the heart. They really are. 85-59 the score.
Nice, beautiful shot that kid has. Yeah, there we go.
Very nice. That's Adam Erlob.
I bet you Bonnie's going to
Bonnie and Lauren are happy.
Yeah.
Watching from Florida. Adam's sister plays for the Wildcats in Alpena High School, and I know they were watching her games as well when they were still having their season.
Adam gets a nice rebound there. He's going to be open for a baseline shot. In and out. Oh, nice
Getting
play.
a pass to his cousin.
Yes. Very heady play all the way around.
There's a lot of talk on the court, and sometimes it's hard to tell who's speaking because everyone's wearing masks. It's like watching a ventriloquism show.
Nice shot.
Very nice. St. Clair, a very, very talented, well-coached team. That is highly evident. I think they're going to make some substitutions, as will the Lumberjacks. Another one of my favorite players is coming in. I have to say that Sean Hill, who is a Youper, he is waiting to come in. I feel like we should have a selection of pasties for him for after the game. Sean is going to come in, and Sean has, I don't know, Don, if you're familiar, in the state of Minnesota, they take hockey very seriously at the high school level. And during the state championships, nice score there, by the way, by Braden Malik.
Yes.
The Minnesota State Hockey Championship, they have all hair. They have a big thing with hockey hair there. It is a huge deal. I will send you the YouTube Eclipse, they have the Minnesota All Hockey Hair Team, and it's a big deal. And Sean Hill could compete in the Minnesota All Hockey Hair. He has a great head of hair.
He has a beautiful head of hair.
It flows as he runs. It moves, but yet it's perfectly in place when he stops.
Yes.
It's like Dorothy Hamill.
Yes, he does.
It's really good. So Sean Hill should get some sort of, I know you can't do this, it's against the rules, but he should get an endorsement deal for, like, hairspray or something.
Yeah.
The kid's got great hair. That's all,
He has great hair.
We recognize talent on all levels, Don. His hair is up there. Our sophomores are going to get in the game, all of them at least. That is nice. We have 3, and Ryan Ramsdell has not seen tons of action in the game so far, but he's going to, he had a little travel, look like. And looks like we're going to make some substitutions.
Yeah, he's going to get Ryan in, which is a nice gesture.
I like Ryan Ramsdell's basketball glasses that he wears. You have to wear the special glasses on the court. Did you have to wear glasses on the court, or no? You did not?
No.
I think they're kind of cool. It's kind of like watching Clark Kent play basketball.
It is.
And Ryan is, I believe, our tallest player at 6'10". Just committed a foul, so he's making a great impression. That's good.
I think they're
just taking him out. That's nice. Ovation for Ryan Ramsdell. I cannot say enough about what a nice young man he is.
Yep.
And here comes Cleveland Baker. Concrete technology student. And Krista Rocher. Just an excellent basketball player.
Yep.
And great human being. I know his family is proud, as we are.
Yeah, he's done a great job here. We were fortunate to have him and enjoyed watching him play. He's an outstanding player, team player, and probably one of the finest players that ACC has had.
Absolutely, yeah. He has been a joy to watch. And really, I just can't say enough about Coach Jacobs' team, both the cross-country team and the basketball team. We have great athletes here at Alpena Community College. The women's teams are second to none. The men's teams are wonderful. And talk about great coaching. We're very fortunate. And whenever you talk to an athlete from Alpena Community College, they are going to be polite and well-spoken and helpful. And it's really been a joy as a newer employee at ACC to get to know them. So can't say enough about them.
Well, Mary, thank you. I agree with that. It was 88-65. Like you say, I think it was closer than the score indicated. Just a powerhouse St. Clair team.
Absolutely. Really entertaining game. The game, as I said, the game got away from us later on in the second half, but all in all, a great last game for our sophomores at Alpena Community College. And we're not done, though. We are not done because Lumberjacks made the playoffs, so anything can happen. I believe we have a bye in the first round. I'm not sure about that. I'm going to have to find out, but we are not going away. We are thrilled to be able to say that we will probably have another home game, I believe. I believe we are guaranteed that, so we shall see. But thank you, Northland Area Federal Credit Union, for sponsoring this broadcast and all of our home games this season, and we will continue on into the playoffs. Don McMaster, Cub reporter, you're picking up your journalistic skills back up.
No, they were, the senses were dull, but I had a great time tonight.
You're back, baby. It's great. You're back. We're going to start calling him Scoop McMaster. It's going to be amazing. So thank you so much for watching and tuning in, and go Lumberjacks and into the postseason.